What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Triple Z. I'm your host, Isaiah Henry. I didn't expect the Toronto Raptors to be this good early into the season. 11-5 record in the Eastern Conference. That's good for the second seed at the moment. And they have one of the best road records in the NBA, 7-3. Toronto were one of the teams I had to see play in order to figure out if the on-court production can be good enough for a play-in spot or even better, a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. They have good NBA players in Scottie Barnes. As a forward, he can score the basketball, rebound, be an offensive hub, and a player with high defensive upside with his versatility to switch on the perimeter and guard 1 through 4. Brandon Ingram, one of your top scoring options in the half court. Immanuel Quickley only played 33 games last season, but he is a guard who can score 15 plus a night while shooting well above league average from behind the three-point line. RJ Barrett is a solid basketball player. Grady Dick is coming off a good sophomore season. Jakob Poeltl is a reliable big man, and they drafted Colin Murray-Boyles in the 2026 NBA draft. So there was no doubt about how much talent is on this team, but the question of will the Raptors find a suitable spot in the Eastern Conference with the addition of Brandon Ingram and his extension and a healthy Immanuel Quickley coming back, that needed to be answered. This team is surging right now. They have the 5th best offense in the league at 120 points per 100 possessions. They have the 6th best defense in the league, 112 points per 100 possessions with a net rating of 8.5. This is a dangerous team when it comes to scoring in the fast break, leading the NBA in fast break points at 21 points per game. They have 5 or more games where they scored 30 or more in that category. They're 4th in points scored inside the paint, 55 points per game. It's Quickley floaters, Brandon Ingram shooting those mid-range jumpers, Jakob Poeltl rolling to the basket, Scottie Barnes shooting 71% at the rim on 82 field goal attempts, RJ Barrett working off the basketball. How Toronto operates offensively in the half court is refreshing to see. Versus the 76ers, inverted screen, Immanuel Quickley screens for Scottie Barnes, Tyrese Maxey hedges, and then once he clears out, Scottie Barnes has a strong dribble going to his left hand. Andre Drummond steps up a little bit, but once Scottie Barnes touches the paint, he has 2 options. He can throw the lob to Jakob Poeltl, who has Edwards on his backside or on his hip, or he can throw the pass to Brandon Ingram, who's spotting up in the corner. Scottie Barnes makes the correct pass to Brandon Ingram, who's spotting up in the right corner, and Brandon Ingram gets a catch and shoot 3 and he knocks it down. Another inverted screen between Immanuel Quickley and Scottie Barnes. Quickley now sets the screen on the right side, and Scottie Barnes now has a full head of steam going to his right. Andre Drummond steps up, and if you look closely, Edwards is defending Brandon Ingram a lot closer because he just knocked down the corner 3 a few possessions ago. Now Jakob Poeltl's in the dunker spot. Scottie Barnes, being a good passer, throws basically a no-look pass to Jakob Poeltl in the dunker spot, and Jakob Poeltl gets a reverse layup for 2 points. You have Brandon Ingram coming off these Iverson cuts. He gets a ball screen. 2 defenders go at Brandon Ingram, and now it's Jacoby Walter 3 on the wing. I love the 2-man game between Scottie Barnes and Jakob Poeltl. They're always aware of each other on the court. If Scottie Barnes is leading the break, Jakob Poeltl knows to run the floor. They have a nice high and low game. Scottie Barnes would be positioned around the free throw line or the elbow or the mid post, and Jakob Poeltl just knows where to position himself in order to give Scottie Barnes an outlet if the double team is rushing him or they're sending 2 at Scottie Barnes. So now it's a pocket pass. Now it's a lob pass to Jakob Poeltl from Scottie Barnes. Against the 76ers, Immanuel Quickley and Jakob Poeltl run a pick and roll on the left wing, and Andre Drummond steps out of position defensively and quickly gives it up to Scottie Barnes, who's at the top of the key. But since Andre Drummond is out of position defensively, Jakob Poeltl's still slipping to the basket, and now it's Scottie Barnes giving it up to Jakob Poeltl, who's wide open around the rim. Brandon Ingram, he's been great. It's the post-ups. It's using his length to shoot over defenders. The usage of Iverson cuts, pin downs, scoring in isolation. I've noticed that Brandon Ingram is getting double-teamed a lot. Like, the opposing defense is sending multiple defenders at Brandon Ingram. When Toronto had that close game versus the Charlotte Hornets, Brandon Ingram, obviously you're going to put the ball in his hand as the best, scorer in the half court, but he gets double teamed by the Charlotte Hornets, and he immediately gets off the ball. He makes a pass to Jamal Shed makes the go-ahead layup to take the lead for the Toronto Raptors. Versus the 76ers, another close game for the Toronto Raptors. Quentin Grimes and Tyrese Maxey immediately double team Brandon Ingram as soon as the ball gets inbounded to him. Ingram stays patient and he throws the pass to RJ Barrett, who's wide open underneath the basket, and it's an and one finish, I believe, for RJ Barrett. Brandon Ingram has been playing some of his best basketball in Toronto. Scottie Barnes, a better three-point shooter this season, shooting 41% from three on 3.5 attempts a game. Shot 3 of 4 last night versus the Washington Wizards in the NBA Cup. He's testing the mid-range jumper, shooting 50% on long mid-range jumpers this season, which is around the free throw line. The efficiency around the rim is amazing, shooting 71%. It's bully ball against smaller defenders, soft floaters, attacking the glass. The defense has been airtight, blowing up pick and roll plays, disrupting dribble handoffs, protecting the interior. The two-way play has been brilliant from Scottie Barnes. Immanuel Quickley, 50% of his shots are from the three-point line, and he's shooting 37% from three on 6.8 attempts a game. So that's pretty great for Immanuel Quickley. He's either going to take 2 shot attempts. It's either going to be a floater or a three-pointer, and it's been falling for Immanuel Quickley. He's been so good for the Toronto Raptors, especially in transition. I feel like I always see him shooting, from the hash mark or the logo in transition, and the shot just falls in, and then he has this nice celebration with the, picking up the phone call. So I like what I'm seeing from Immanuel Quickley. Mamu was a good pickup from San Antonio, scored 23 points versus the Washington Wizards last night. Jamal Shed is a positive on the offensive side, shooting 43% from three on 2.6 attempts per game. Low volume, but he is shooting it efficiently, averaging 5 assists. The assist to turnover ratio is pretty good. He had 10 assists versus the Washington Wizards last night, had 0 turnovers. Not to mention, the defense has been good for the Toronto Raptors. I don't know if they're going to rank 6 in defensive rating all season long, but at the moment, opponents' points off of turnovers, they rank 5th in that category, which is really great. They're behind Boston, Detroit, OKC, the Denver Nuggets, and opponents' points in the fast break, they're 3rd in that category at 13.2 points allowed in the fast break. So the vibes in Toronto are great right now. The 2nd seed, 4-2 at home, 7-3 on the road. I was a little skeptical about this team coming into the new season because they did have talented players, but I just wasn't sure about the fit. But the offense looks good with Brandon Ingram and Scottie Barnes and Immanuel Quickley shooting lights out from 3. The defense is steady for right now, and it has them as the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. I don't think anybody would have expected that from the Toronto Raptors to be this good early on. I've been really impressed with the road record. Like, they played 10 road games so far, only 6 home games, and they're 7-3 on the road. They're on a 6-game winning streak. And like I said, the vibes in Toronto are very high right now. So shout out to the Toronto Raptors. Thank you for listening to Triple Z. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below about the Toronto Raptors, and I'll see you guys next time. Zzz.